Hello everybody, I'm Jackie K. Cooper, and my entertainment rundown for today is a review of the film Cyrano. And years and years and years ago, there was a movie called Cyrano de Bergerac. It starred Jose Ferrer, which probably none of y'all have ever heard of, but it was based on a play. I think it's Edmund Rostand, but it was about a man who had a huge nose. And he thought that no woman could ever love him because he had this huge nose. And he was in love with a woman named Roxanne, but she was in love with a man named Christian, but he wasn't romantic enough. She wanted poetry and songs, etc. And Cyrano was able to do those things, so he would write, poems for Christian to read to Roxanne. And that's what this movie is about, except in this version of the film, the Cyrano character does not have a big nose. He is small in stature. He's played by Peter Dinklage, who was on Game of Thrones, so everybody knows Peter Dinklage these days. And the whole film is about that she could not possibly love him. She's played by Haley Bennett because he is so small in stature. He's not, the right size. At least that's the way he feels. So he never proclaims his love for her. He helps Christian, played by Kelvin Harrison Jr., to win her over with words and poetry, etc. It's a good story. It's been a good story forever. It's been around. But this is also a musical. So Roxanne, Christian, and Cyrano all sing. And they have good voices. I didn't know that Peter Dinklage, Kelvin Harrison Jr., and what is her name, Haley Bennett, had these voices, but they do. It took me a while to get into the movie because, I don't know, it was awkward for me because they kept pointing out how tall Peter Dinklage's character was. And that was just awkward for me that they kept drawing attention to it and kind of saying she could never love him or etc. because of his size. But you eventually get into the rhythm of the film, and it just gets better and better and better. It's directed by Joe Wright, who's just a brilliant director, and he does all the presentation of this film in all the right ways. So Cyrano has an outstanding cast, it has a solid story, and it is presented well. Once you get past the awkwardness, then you're okay for it. It's rated PG-13 for profanity and violence. I scored it 7 out of 10. I think that the actors are outstanding. The story is good. It's one that holds you right up to the very end. So 7 out of 10 for me. This has been Jackie K. Cooper's Entertainment Rundown with a review of the film Cyrano.